Hello viewers, I'm back again with another interesting information that I'd love to share with you viewers out there. It's about what transpired yesterday in Zambia about the Chinese. Yeah, if you are new to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and click the notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you should always get notified. Before I go any further, I've got something that I'd love to read for you people so that you understand and get all my points vividly. Yeah. Please heed to what I'm going to say. Heed. I'm pleading with you people out there, Zambians and the rest of African countries and the world. You need to understand this and get my points clearly. Yeah. Yesterday in Lusaka, the Lusaka mayor, Mao Sampa, in the morning shut it down the Chinese restaurant, Long Acres area, for discriminating Zambians. Mr. Sampa, who was in the company of his director of health, Edgar Murwanda, closed indefinitely the Chinese Latin restaurant in Long Acres. He told journalists after closing down the business that the action was taken because the owners abrogated the laws under the Food and Health Act, namely selling product labeled in Chinese and not in English as prescribed by the laws of Zambia. Trading without a license from the Lusaka City Council and had expired fire certificate. Something that we need to get it clearly before things reach to an extent whereby you cannot control them. We say thank you to Mr. Mao Sampa, Honorable. I salute you for what you did. That's the picture of a true leader. A leader must understand and have vision of what is going to happen if we don't act now. Yes, they are giving us money. I know there are a lot of things that are happening. The Chinese are giving most of African leaders, those at the top, money just to access their businesses, to win a tender, like having winning a contract. So we need to understand that let's not do things for our own benefits. Let's think about others who are coming ahead, who are coming behind us and ahead of us, and what is going to happen if we don't act now. Most of the African leaders, you talk about trading without a certificate from the Lusaka City Council. The same thing that transpired in most of the countries in Africa. You'd find that these Chinese, they have got illegal mining. They are doing illegal mining activities. But when you go to China, you find that you cannot do such in their country. And the same thing, which resulted into the shutting down of the Chinese restaurant and discriminating a Zambian. How can you call the owner of the house as an intruder, a foreigner? How can you call a Zambian citizen as a foreigner in his own country? Please, it's high time for most of our leaders to wake up and understand what is happening. It is really disheartening, And the other thing that I'd love to talk about, you'd find that 90% to 95% of Zambians, they don't speak Chinese. How can you label your products in Chinese name, which is against the laws of Zambia? They don't respect the rules put on them. They don't follow. But when you go to their country, I'll give you this scenario, example. When you go to their country, for example, I've got a business. Now I want, to expand my business. I go to China and open up a brand there. I will be the CEO of my company, yes, but the one who is going to second by me will be a Chinese national in their country. But we don't do that in most of our countries in Africa. We need to wake up and act before things get worse. If the Chinese restaurant had someone who was following them, like a Zambian citizen, a Chinese person cannot do such, because him or her will know that, no, I've got someone who lives in the same country who's following me, won't accept his own people be treated like dogs, animals. You know, like what transpired a few months ago there in China over the issue of this COVID-19. They were suspecting most of African citizens as they were the one causing this issue of coronavirus, the COVID, because they were not getting along with, like, being affected with the same COVID-19. It really baffles me a lot. So it's high time and heed to what a lot of people, a lot of vloggers have been saying on YouTube and social medias. Understand your citizens. They choose you because they trusted you that you're going to work for them, not you're doing things on your own, like someone gives you money, bribes you. You know, this act and this behavior is not going to help us. This barbaric behavior is not going to help us if we just sit down in our homes and watch what is things are not moving according to the way it's supposed to be. Like in Zambia, we've got Chinese banks. What are they for? What are they for? This is something that people, you need to understand. That is why most of our economy, they're not doing fine. You know, one, you look at this Chinese issue. Yeah, today I'm on Chinese because things are not moving the way it's supposed to be. I thought they changed their mindset, but they're still acting the same way, even living in the country that is not theirs, their own country. You know, they are strangers in somebody's country, and then you start imposing rules, you know, discriminating the people living. Yeah, but this is something that everybody needs to understand and wake up on. It's my age to most of African leaders and Zambians at large. You need to understand and follow what Mao Sampa has showed us, the picture that he has showed us. Thank you, Mr. Mao Sampa. You are really doing a very good job. Things are not moving in Zambia today because of the same behavior. These Chinese, they are buying new ministers. They are buying new our leaders with their monies. But don't forget, but soon or later, you are going to leave that office. What legacy are you going to leave behind? You need to think about all those angles. Don't just think at one direction. No. Thinking about what you're doing and just because of you have got money. You know, in our tribe, you know, they say mbozi madira pamena imangilila. But still more, yes. But you need to think about others. Don't just do things for your own benefits. It won't help the majority of Zambians. Wake up, Zambians. It's a wake-up call to most of the Zambians. We need to understand and act before things reach to an extent whereby no one can control them. Because China is slowly colonizing most of African countries. That is why they are in high numbers in most of the countries. And we need to impose rules and laws on which whenever an investor from China comes to your country, they need to be given a specific number of people who are supposed to come with them. There was an issue that they wanted to, in Zambia, they wanted to start employing these Chinese as police officers. But in the actual sense, in Zambia, we still have got some crisis, a lot of challenges when it comes to the issue of employment. Now you want to go and employ the Chinese just because they are controlling you. It's a clear picture that the Chinese, they are controlling most of our leaders. Wake up, our leaders, from your slumbers. Things are not normal and things are not okay. Thank you, viewers. Thank you.